Hello guys, we continue the journey of creating the checklister project. Topic of the day is adding the website field and managing the customer data, or actually viewing customer data from the admin area. And as usual, every second day one episode is on YouTube. And then for Teachable subscribers, if you purchase this course here or yearly membership at laraveldaily.teachable.com, you will get those lessons faster. So by the time this video airs on YouTube, probably there will be 3 or 4 lessons ahead on Teachable. Now let's get to the lesson. In this video, we are focusing on this line. We are getting back to the admin section, to the admin area for a while, because now we have registration for users, and then we can view that customer data or user data for the admin. While talking to the actual client, and remember, I'm doing that for a real person, for a real client, we decided that we don't need add nodes and tags for the users because they can use a separate CRM for that. So all we need to do is add a website field for the registration, because that's additional field on top of typical user registration. And then in the admin area, we should use and view the table of customer data. So let's start with the registration and website. What we need to do here is add a website field to users model fillable. Then we need to create that in the database, so migration, PHP artisan make migration, add website to users table. Okay, add website, table, string website, let it be nullable because there is an admin user that doesn't have a website. Then we open resources views auth register blade, which was generated by Laravel UI for us in the very beginning. And let's copy the name into another field. Let's put it after email here, and let's call it website. Let it be not required, and we don't need autocomplete and autofocus. ID website, and here website. Okay, refresh our form. We have the website. Great. I wonder how it works with fake filler Chrome extension that I use. Is it filled with website? Yeah, it's filled with real website. Great. And finally, we go to register controller, which is again generated by Laravel UI. If you use, for starters, something different like Laravel Breeze or Jetstream or Fortify, for each of them the logic will be different. But I'm using good old Laravel UI, which is simple to customize. All we need to do is to add the validator, or we shouldn't even add any validation for website because it's not a required field. We just add here in user create, we add website, data website, and that should work. Of course, we need to run the migrations, PHP artisan migrate. And now fake filler fills in the form, we register, and we're in, and let's take a look at the database. So there were 10 testing users before now. Now there's 11th, and do we have a website? Yeah, we do have a website. Great. Now one more small thing I want to change along the way. Since we have the logout here on the top right, let's remove it all the way from the sidebar on the left. So we open sidebar. And for simple user, for non-admin, the sidebar will be totally empty for now. And that's okay. We'll fill that in future lessons quite soon. Refresh. We don't have logout here. Great. And now let's log in as admin again. And here we should have another menu group for managing users, or actually viewing users. And that's another point, that you should not over deliver and first deliver only on the things that clients want. So if the client says customer data section where I can see customer registration data, it's nothing about editing the data, deleting the customers, changing passwords or anything like that. Just see the data. So for now, let's build just the table. And generally my style of work is I need to deliver faster, as fast as possible, what client actually wants to the launch. And then we can iterate afterwards to add more functionality, but the first launch should be as quick as possible. So we don't over deliver and just build the table. For the table, we will still need to generate the controller. So PHP artisan controller, make controller, admin controller, user. Admin user controller. And it's not a resource controller. For now, it should contain only one method of index. So public function index, users, user, where is admin is 0. Latest, let's sort by newest users and then paginate, for example, by 50. and return view admin users index with users. Okay, we have a controller. Now let's build that users index. As I often do, I take some other blade and then save that as. Let's search for the table here, find in files, table, and we have tasks table. Okay, it's in the Livewire component, but still it's a table, which we will copy inside of new checklist edit blade, for example, file save as, admin users, and index blade. We don't need anything except for this. So inside of that it should be empty, and we don't need any scripts for now. And here we'll have a table which we'll copy from this, paste, remove all the Livewire stuff because it was for the sortable of the tasks. And okay, we'll have a table. Now for each of users as user, we have username, user email, and user website. And actually created at name, email, website. That's it. We don't need any editing. As I told you before, we need the header for that table. Sothead, trth, and in here we'll have registered or registered time, and then duplicate that line 4 times. Here we'll have a name, here we have email, here we have website. Finally, we need to create the route and the sidebar menu item. So prefix admin. So in this group we need to create that. It's not a route resource, it's just route get for now. Get users to the controller of user controller, and the actual method should be index. Maybe in the future we will create it as a resource controller or extend it to the resource controller, but for now users, let's put it this way. And then on the sidebar, again in the admin area, where's our admin area? Here, if it's admin, great. So let's copy one of those LIs, for example here. Let's call the section manage data, and we don't need for each. We just need one menu item of users or customers users admin users index. And I think that's it. Let's try it out. Refresh our page. Admin users index not defined. We haven't assigned the name. That's the downside of not creating resource, because we need to then assign the name manually, which is users index. Admin.users.index comes from the as admin dot for the route group. So now we have admin users, manage data users, and we have the users table. It's not really very pretty, but that's what client asked for. It's a simple table. The goal is to view the data. Final thing, let's test the pagination if it works. In the users index down below, we should add users links for the pagination. Let's double check if we paginate. Yep, but by 50, so we won't see any links by default. But if we paginate by 5, we should see the links. An important thing about pagination styling. From Laravel 8, from what I remember, default Laravel pagination style is Tailwind CSS. But we are using Bootstrap here with Core UI theme. So we need to change the Bootstrap. Luckily, it's very easy to change. In app service provider file of the whole project in boot, you need to add paginator, use Bootstrap. And paginator is automatically added on top. Like this, and if we refresh now we have Bootstrap styled pagination, and we can click page number 2 and it works. Final small tweak, let's add a div card to the index blade. I think it will be a bit more pretty because we've deleted too much div class card, and not sure if we need card body. Let's refresh. It's a bit more pretty, but actually we do need card body. So div class card body, like this, reformat it with PHP Storm, refresh, it's a bit more pretty. And finally, let's return the pagination to 50. We're good for this lesson.